They say family is everything, that your sister is your first best friend, and your husband is your forever. But what happens when those two people break you? I never imagined my life would become a question, a choice, a silence screaming inside me. And yet, here I am, asking you, if your husband cheated on you with your own sister, what would you do? Because that is what happened to me. I'm not telling this story for revenge. I'm not even telling it for closure. I'm telling it because if it ever happens to you, I want you to know you're not crazy, you're not alone, and you will survive. My name is Hannah. I'm 29 years old. I used to believe I was lucky. I had everything people said I should want. A house, 2 kids, a husband who came home every night, a sister who visited every weekend. I smiled in family photos, baked birthday cakes, played the role of a woman who had it all. But sometimes the deepest lies wear the warmest smiles. My sister Mia is 2 years younger than me. She's stunning. Everyone loves her. Even when she messes up, people say, "It's Mia. She means well." I always protected her. As kids, when she cried, I was the first one to hold her. When she had her first heartbreak, I let her sleep in my bed. I thought that kind of bond could never break. But I was wrong. I married Daniel 3 years ago. He wasn't the first man I loved, but he was the first man I trusted. He didn't bring flowers. He brought peace. He didn't write poems. He fixed broken things in the house. And I thought that was enough. In the early years, we were happy. Or maybe I was just too tired to see the cracks. Working, raising kids, balancing life. It's easy to miss small things. Like how Daniel would light up when Mia walked in. How they shared inside jokes. How she always sat next to him at dinner. I told myself, don't be jealous. That's your sister. Don't be paranoid. That's your husband. I wanted to be mature, understanding, trusting. But trust is dangerous when given to the wrong people. One Friday evening, Daniel said he had to work late. Again, I believed him. I kissed his cheek. I said, "Don't be too tired." He smiled and left. I cleaned the kitchen, picked up toys, folded laundry. And then I saw it. His iPad was on the table. The screen lit up. "I miss you already. Can't wait to see you again," read. From Mia kiss mark. I didn't move at first. It was like time froze. My body understood before my mind did. I tapped the message. What I saw didn't just hurt me. It changed me. They had been messaging for months. Jokes, flirting, photos, hotel addresses. And what broke me the most, they talked about me like I was the boring wife, the safe choice, the person they could betray because I would never suspect it. I felt like a fool, but worse, I felt invisible. The next morning, Mia came over, like always, smiling. She helped me cook. She kissed my daughter's forehead. My stomach turned, but I said nothing. Because sometimes silence is the only way not to fall apart. Daniel came home that night. He hugged me. His shirt smelled like perfume that wasn't mine. I wanted to scream, to throw things, to ask, why her? Why my own sister? But I didn't. Instead, I watched them for 3 days. I watched how she looked at him when no one else did, how he avoided eye contact when she was in the room. I wasn't wrong. I wasn't crazy. It was real. So I made a decision. I wrote a letter to Daniel, to Mia. I didn't curse. I didn't shout. I simply told them what they destroyed. Not just a marriage, not just a family, but something deeper. A sense of safety, a sense of being loved without conditions. I packed a bag, took only what mattered. A few clothes, some photos, my children, and I left. No goodbye, no drama, just silence. 1 week later, Mia called. She was crying. She said Daniel left her, that he told her it meant nothing, that I was the one he truly loved, that she was just a mistake. She begged me to talk, to forgive, to remember we were sisters. But betrayal doesn't erase memory. It rewrites it, and every moment we shared as kids. Now they hurt, because now I know what she's capable of. Daniel tried too. He wrote letters. He said he lost his mind, that he hated himself, that he wanted to fix it. But some things can't be fixed. It's been 6 months now. I live in a small apartment with my kids. I have less stuff, but more peace. I cook simple meals. I laugh again. I sleep better. I'm learning to trust again, not others, myself, because I knew something was wrong. I just didn't listen. Now I do. Sometimes people ask, will I ever forgive them? And I say, forgiveness is not a gift for them. It's a freedom for me. But forgiveness doesn't mean return. Daniel is still trying. He wants to visit the kids. He says we can go to therapy. Mia stopped calling. But last week, I saw her outside my building. She didn't come up. She just stood there, looking up, like she wanted to say something, like she didn't know how. And I just closed the curtain because I'm not ready. Maybe I never will be, but that's okay. So now I ask you, if your husband cheated on you with your sister, what would you do? Would you forgive? Would you confront? Would you tell your family? Would you walk away? Let me know in the comments, because maybe someone out there is going through the same thing.